Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Tatiana, aka Just Trucking It Tati, and I'm coming to you today with a new video, but I also think it's a really important video, and that's specifically for anyone trying to get their CDL, but maybe you're having difficulties paying for it and you're not sure how to go about getting your school paid for and things like that. So I know for a fact there's a lot of drivers, or potential drivers I should say, who are trying to come into the industry. I see them in the Facebook trucking group all the time asking how they can pay for CDL, for their CDL, or if there's any companies that pay for the CDL for them. So I wanted to make this video for you guys because, as you know, I'm transitioning into a new area of trucking, so I do have free time to do some different type of content for you guys until I get back in a truck. So what I did, I went through a little research to just get some information about options when it comes to getting your CDL license and not having to pay out of pocket. So first, I'm just going to tell you how I got my CDL license for free. I didn't pay a dime out of pocket for my CDL. So I just want to share my story with you guys quickly. So around 2018, I was working for a credit card company in New York City, but New York City is pretty expensive, so I had to get a second job, and that second job turned out to be Amazon. I worked at the credit card company in the week, and on the weekends I would work at Amazon in the warehouse. So when I went to Amazon, there was a big talk about Amazon paying for school for their workers, right? Initially, when I went in, I wanted to get my degree. However, to get the degree at Amazon, let's just say if you're going for an associate, it takes maybe 4 years, and 4 years is for a bachelor because you can't go to school full time, so you got to go part time. Now, before I started working at Amazon, I did want to get my CDL, so I looked into their career choice and I saw all the options. They have trade school, they have degree programs, they have a lot of stuff that their workers can benefit from. And that's when I said, ding, 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 CDL. So I remember when I signed up for career choice, you have to be with the company for 3 months. So 90 days before you're eligible for them to pay for any type of schooling for you. So I was waiting out my 90 days and then boom, guess what happened? COVID. Because I started working at the end of 2018. So 2019, we got into the COVID era, y'all. So I moved out of New York City and moved to Pennsylvania in Philly, and I was prepared to start my schooling and all that, right? So when I was about to start school, they stopped the program, stopped paying for the program. You know how it went during the COVID era. So literally I stayed at Amazon for 4 years, and in that 4 years, I was waiting for them to reopen that program. Now, I could have said, let me try to see if I can go to school, but again, I'm not paying out of pocket. Told myself I wasn't going to pay that $5,000. I didn't have that $5,000, so I waited it out. The only thing I regret, y'all, is not being able to get my CDL in 2019, because y'all know that's when it was a booming era. That's when the money was being dished out, the money that messed us up now. But I digress. So I waited it out, and I started, as soon as they opened the program, I got the alert. I started school, Smith and Solomon in New Jersey. The school was 5,000 plus. I wasn't gonna pay 5,000 plus, but they paid for it for me, and to be honest, they got a discount. So they actually paid $3,000 something for my schooling. But at the end of the day, I say this to say, I went to CDL school for free. I also was working and making money. So I was working at Amazon 3 days out the week and nights. So overnight. So I was cramming in 12 to 13 hour shifts so I could have 4 days off. So on the days that I was off, I went to school, and whatever day conflicted, I went to school in the daytime and then went to work in the nighttime. So I'm saying this to say that if you're looking for a job, or you can handle going to Amazon, 3 months is all it would take to be with the company to qualify to get your CDL for free. And to me personally, sacrifice is necessary. as much as I've had my situations with Amazon, I can't fully bad talk Amazon. I shouldn't bad talk them in any way, because at the end of the day, I am so grateful for them having that program, Career Choice, for me to get my CDL, to set me up to make more money than I've made working since I'm 19 in America. But I'm gonna leave that for another video. So let's just get back to the topic. So for me personally, I got my CDL for free through Amazon. If it's something that you want to get done, you can work, make your money, still go to school, set yourself up. It's the best way to come out clear and not have to owe any company, not have to owe anything at all, like loans. You don't have to take out loans or anything. So I got my CDL, I left Amazon, and I started working right away. Right away. So that's just my part, y'all. If y'all have any more questions about Amazon, I'll be glad to make a video for you. But let's just say you're working a particular job right now, or you don't like Amazon, you don't want to deal with a warehouse job. I actually found some other options for you. Me personally, I don't like signing onto a contract with a mega carrier in order to get my CDL, because as you know, you have to stay with them for at least a year to be considered debt free. If you decide to leave the company before you finish that contract out, that 1 year, they literally can put that on your credit report. You know what I'm saying? So that can mess you up. However, I do understand the need to have options, and everybody does not want to go to Amazon, may not be able to go to Amazon to work. So I found some companies. So here's a couple companies that you can apply for that actually trains you to get your CDL. Then you have to sign a contract to work with them in order to fulfill the payment and the training of your CDL. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just tell you what's on my list, and I'll also put the note of each company so you can see clearly on the screen. So the first company is Schneider. I'm not gonna go into the whole conversation about each company because I'm not trying to make this video drawn out. So 1 is Schneider, 2 is Rail. I will say Rail is a very great company to start for. They're very big on safety, and this was one of the 2 options I had when I left CDL school. Werner, Rail. Rail was my #1 choice, but they didn't have a location in my area of PA. I had to fly out, and I didn't want to do that. That's the only reason why I chose Werner over Rail. So for me personally, I still regret not starting with Rail. Rail is a great company. They're big on safety. That's it. So #2 was Rail, right? Third company, CR England. I'm not even going to get into them. You can do your research, but again, I'll probably make another video for you guys about each company. CR England, #3. #4, TMC Transportation. #5, Martin Transport. 6, Knight Transport. 7, Maverick Transportation. 8, CRST. 9, Stevens Transport. 10, Prime. 11, XPO. 12, Swift. 13, US Foods. 15, FFE. 16, Hulver Lines. 17, KLLM. And the last one I found on here, I don't really know too much about them, is Veriho Trucking. So I'll do a separate video for you guys just to get some information on each trucking company I listed. But that was what, 19? I think 18 or 19 companies that you could apply for that takes on new drivers, train them, pay for the CDL, you sign the contract, you work for them, you fulfill your contract, you can leave after the 1 year and go to a better company, because honestly, for the most part, some of these companies, they don't pay as well. When you start out, they may have the guaranteed pay, but it may be a little bit more less when it comes to pay. But again, you're just trying to get your experience and get your foot in the game. So that was the 18 or 19, I gotta check, company that will train you for CDL. Now, along with the Amazon, one option, 2, the companies that will pay for your CDL, the mega carriers. 3, there's also a lot of state programs, local programs that you can apply for that actually will pay for your schooling for you. A lot of people don't know this exists, but I went ahead and went online and I found some programs. So let me just go through the list for you guys. So of course, these are going to be known as CDL grants, state and local grants. And the information you need to do your own research is driverresourcescenter.com. I'll leave a note so you can see it right there, and I'll try to leave the link in the description so you can check the description. So again, driverresourcescenter.com has a lot of information about CDL grants to pay that $5,000. And as you know, there are some schools who are charging up to $10,000 for a CDL school, because we have to be honest, it's a business. A lot of them are overpriced. The training is not that great, and not to mention the testing it's gotten so much easier now. So now you're seeing an influx of new students, and there's no jobs out there really. There's not a lot of jobs to place all those students that they're taking into school. But again, I digress. It's a business, it's money making. So you can check that on your own. Now, let me see through my list here. I just want to go down. Okay, so this I think this got messed up. I think this should be the WIOA grant, but for some reason it got messed up when I wrote it in here. Yeah, so it's the WIOA program, and what it stands for is the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. So this includes the unemployment grant and the adult program grants. They also have the youth program grants, Job Corp grant, Youth Bill grant, Indian and Native American grant, National Farm Workers Job Program. They also have the REP program, which is the Reentry Employment Opportunities for youths and adults formerly in jail. So how many grants was that? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 different grants within that whole initiative for the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. So within that whole thing, there's a lot of other options that you may qualify under. And most of these programs or these grants, the qualification or age qualification is 18 to 24, and those are for the youth programs. You also have the adult program separately for anyone beyond 24-year-old. But those are a couple grants that you can apply for. I'm gonna let you go ahead and research that on your own. So again, you have the unemployment grant, the adult program grants, youth program grants, Job Corp, Youth Build grant, so that's 6, Indian and Native American grant, 7, the National Farm Workers grant, 8, the Reentry Employment Opportunities, and this is for youth and adults who have a history or a background of being in jail. So there's still something for anyone who may have who has a not so squeaky clean background. So they have a lot of programs that you can see if you qualify for in your state or local area. I have a little information here. It says contact your local workforce development office to see if you qualify. You have to go to a school that participates in the program. So along with these grants and these programs, there's a lot of school who participates because, like I said, they're trying to get money. So majority of the schools, they do participate in these programs. I know when I went to Smith and Solomon in New Jersey, Deptford, New Jersey, there was a lot of students. Some were paying out of pocket, so they have payment plans to work with you. Some came through Amazon or their company paid for it. And there was a lot of people, or a lot of students, I should say, there who actually were unemployed. And due to their unemployment, they were able to get the benefit in their area, their state, that qualified them to get their CDL schooling for free. Let me see. There's also the grants for veterans. So the VA education and training benefits, you can apply at the Department of Veterans Affairs website. So you also have the option as a veteran to get your CDL for free, which that's a no-brainer. To me, veterans should get anything they want for free, like they fought for the country, but you know how that goes. There's also the SNAP employment and training program. So if you get SNAP, there's a possibility you may qualify through your state or your local departments for your CDL training to get that for free. Let me see what else. Yeah, so I said gotta receive SNAP to apply through your local workforce development office. So all in all, you have Amazon, you have the mega carriers that you can apply with to get your CDL training for free. And you have all of the local and state programs set up to help you guys get your CDL for free. Now, I think I wrote down a couple. I thought I wrote down, oh yeah, so I did. So along with those programs, right, and grants, I want to mention that there's also the option to go to your community colleges. There's a lot of community colleges who actually partake in getting your CDL license, and through that you can actually apply for the Pell Grants. So there's Pell Grants, and Pell Grants, you're not paying back these grants. So once you qualify, that's also an option for you to get that for free. Going to a community college that offers the classes, many trucking schools accept Pell Grants. The more you can prove your financial need and low income, the easier it is to qualify for Pell Grants. So you also have Pell Grants as well. So to me, honestly, if you're gearing up to see about CDL school, you're trying to get into CDL school, you're trying to get your license, to me, this is enough information for you to sit down, probably take a month, get everything together, see what your options are, apply for the option to get your CDL paid for you without having to go into your pocket. If you have the money saved up and you can spend $5,000 to $10,000 on school, kudos to you, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get that money back. Maybe in the beginning, your journey may be a little bit rough, because it was rough for me, but you're gonna get the money back. I promise you, if you plan it out well, you find a good company, you take your time, you can find a good company paying you well enough to make that $5,000, $10,000 back. To be honest, if you're smart, you'll find a company that has a sign-on bonus that actually gets you up to this amount, $5,000 to $10,000. And yes, there are companies who are giving sign-on bonuses, $5,000 up to $10,000. My second company, it was a $10,000 sign-on bonus. So I can tell you straight up, honestly, I received a $10,000 bonus when I signed up with my second company, which I just left, the team driving company. So I'm not gonna draw it out. Let me see how long. Okay, it's not a long video. I'm not gonna draw it out. I'm gonna put the information in the description. This is how to get your CDL paid for free. I'm gonna also leave the notes in the video so you can go ahead and do your own research. Now, if you want me to do some more extensive research on the companies, I think it was 18 to 19 companies I listed. I'll do that for you and make a separate video, guys. But for me personally, I don't see anything wrong with going to Amazon, making sacrifices. Like I said, that was a second job for me, and I decided to make it a full-time job after leaving New York City, you know? And honestly, when I left Amazon in 2022, I was getting $24.50 because I was with the company for that long, and I was actually up for another raise. So that actually helped me to pay my bills, cover my bills. There was a lot of overtime at the time when I was working there. I knew how to get my money at Amazon. I was willing to work my overtime. Again, I worked 3 nights, 12 to 13 hour shift, right? So if I wanted to pick up overtime 2 additional days, I could and still get 2 days off. So I'm just saying, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it probably should be your cup of tea to get that CDL. That's gonna help you buy a lot more cup of teas in the future. So again, Amazon, mega carriers, community colleges, and grants through your local workforce. So grants through and scholarships through your local workforce, or you just don't care about doing your research, like thorough research, to get it for free. But I'm pretty sure there's several of us who can say we got our CDL for free and we're earning money and we never had to pay for school out of pocket. So again, I went to college. I did medical assistant, got all the license, all of that, and I have student loans from that, and I have yet to use any of that. But this CDL, this is a whole different career. I'm happy to be a part of the industry, and it's set me up to see a lot more progress in my future. So I'm just going to end this video here. I hope it helps someone who's looking into starting CDL school soon. I hope it does provide, the video provides a lot of information that's helpful to you. If you need me to do any more research, just leave me a comment in on the video. And if there's anyone who knows of any additional ways to get your CDL for free, please leave a note in a comment. I'm gonna sign out on this video, guys. I hope you love this video and love the new content, and stay tuned because I have great news. My tanker yanker journey is about to start, and I can't wait to share that with you. So I'll see y'all on the next video. Like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much for your support. Signing out, Just Trucking It Tati, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.